Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, the show where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, and we're back on our Toonami Super Friends kick with episode 5 Super Friends versus Super Friends. Debuted October 8th, 1977. Toonami got this October 9th, 1998. And the big birthday caper. If anything is classic Batman more than that name, I don't know what is. Originally showed October 12th, 1968. Toonami got it October 12th, 1998. Yeah, Toonami in this era bring you the hottest, most modern cartoons from the late 60s.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
Filmation. Yeah. Yeah, so talking about Super Friends versus Super Friends, it ostensibly starts out after our long series of bumpers, as is our way for this programming block.
Crazy amount of bumpers.
It's like
uh,
5 minutes of the 20-minute episode is titles.
yeah, and for those who aren't familiar with this, John's not joking.
Yeah. No, most of these episodes keep these shorts of like I think 17, 18 minutes before they add the intro, the introduction, and then the outro.
And the
Yeah.
outro is like another 3 minutes.
Because I'm not sure we mentioned this when we did the rundown, but the outros also list the writing credits for every superhero, regardless if they're in the episode or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they go on for quite a while.
Sure do.
But boy, oh boy, we're not yet giving credit to Bill Finger, which is very sad.
He
Yeah.
he will never get credit, even when the credits are really long.
Yeah. So, Bat, or I guess Super Friends, yeah, it starts out as like an Aquaman story initially.
I love the intro. Yeah, basically a Navy diving bell goes down and gets attacked by a big octopus a la 20,000 Leagues.
Yeah.
And they go, so they call the Super Friends, and Aquaman goes, "The sea is my domain." Everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah." Everyone's like, he opens this big like proclamation. Everyone's like, "Yeah, we know. Your name's
Yeah.
Aquaman." Like, no one's arguing you on this. Just go.
Yeah.
He and Batman had a turf war at one point.
Yeah.
I will be the bat of the sea.
The manta ray.
But
Yeah.
despite being the king of the sea, in this Aquaman has like a little aqua scooter that he has to ride to swim around the ocean. So king of the sea who can't traverse the sea on his own.
Gotta
Which I
sell the
think,
toys.
yeah, I think it was like also like maybe reused assets from the Aquaman Adventure Hour in the 60s by Filmation, where he does kind of do that kind of stuff. Also for the King of the Seas, he gets dunked on so hard
Oh,
in this.
He
I
he
mean,
gets
all the Super Friends
wrecked.
do, but given that the majority of this episode takes place underwater, he gets dunked pretty hard.
Yeah, this comes down to the thing of like he can command sea creatures, but only some sea creatures because he can't do anything with the octopus. The plot of this is that these sort of undersea creatures, who are just the sea devils. I'm going to keep calling them the sea devils in the vague hope the third Doctor shows up. Basically, capture all the heroes and plan to make them fight in their coliseum to then fight a monster of their choosing. Because they're doing the Rome bread and circuses thing is the idea here. But despite this being an undersea creature, Aquaman can't do anything to it. He has to just fight it normally and nearly loses.
Yes, he forgot to
Yes.
reverse the polarity of the neutron flow
Yeah.
to maintain that reference.
It's
Yes. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite frames or one of my little favorite things of animation is like the whale nose butting the squid and kind of glaring at it for a moment before swimming away, and then we never really see it again.
he basically tells a whale kamikaze this octopus for me, and the whale's like, "Sure, I'm not busy."
Yeah.
And then the whale kind of shakes it off and is like, I didn't want to do this today. I have stuff to do. And then leave.
Well, like a couple of minutes later, they use their muscle beam to pull Aquaman to their ship, and apparently all the fish are just like, "Well, he didn't tell us to fight the sub, so we're not going to help him."
Listen,
Like,
just because he can command them doesn't mean that he has earned their loyalty. What are the Machiavellian machinations of Aquaman? Is it better to be feared or loved? Neither. He just asks you to do a thing, but you don't have to do anything else.
the whale's having a cigarette, going, "Union says that'll be overtime, mate."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, the sight of seeing Aquaman swarmed by crabs doesn't, there's something fundamentally off about that. Because yes, he's the king of the sea. What is he just like the crustaceans apparently
They're
are,
only in the sea half the time.
Fair enough.
He's like a parent who only gets access on weekends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like,
every other
huh.
holiday. Every
Yeah, like Aquaman, I don't know, like a lobster maybe. Lobsters don't really come up to the surface very often, but like a crab has options. The crab doesn't have to live in the Sea Kingdom if it doesn't want to.
They all migrated. That's it.
Yeah, they
One of those
don't like
crabs
his
unlocked a
tax.
higher consciousness and was exiled from the sea. It can now
They
become
don't.
really big.
They don't like his tax policy, and what it has done to the crab economic status in the Kingdom of Atlantis is insane. So they've all left, and they don't listen to him anymore.
Which is more interesting in this episode, which is this episode is called Padding for Time, the episode, because we have this muscle control ray, which we're gonna keep using on people, and we break one, they've got three more, and it's just basically like the heroes spend half of this episode standing around, going, well, we can't do anything.
they all get they all get nerfed so bad. They literally get like knocked out and like wheeled away in a wheelbarrow at one point, and it's just like, what is going on here?
It's so weird. Like these Super Friends shorts, like even in the 60s, like and 70s, these characters were nothing to really joke with, but in these shorts, in these episodes, they're getting clowned on all the time.
The thing with these episodes, they're just badly composed. Like I mentioned last week they used a lot of footage from Scooby Doo monsters. I went back and I watched a lot of early Scooby Doo. It still works. There's a very like tight framing there that works. Here, just stuff kind of happens. There's no real rhyme or reason for it.
Damn.
The highlight of this episode for me is that so they decide, okay, we can't reveal that we're not being controlled anymore, so we're gonna have our fight to the death, and then we're gonna fake it. We're gonna go full pro wrestling, and then Aquaman win, so we can save the Wonder Twins who are doing nothing again.
Yeah.
And so they have this whole thing where that must have sucked for Batman and Robin. They must have at some point to go, okay, guys, you can play fight, but remember, we're mortal. Like we have bones that, like Superman, you can throw around. You can't throw us around. But Wonder Woman has this thing where she has the lasso telepathically tie her up, and she looks way too smug about that. Then you realise, oh right, yeah, this is just Tuesday on Paradise Island. This is just what she does, and she is the one who suggests the idea. So you go like, yeah, this is just what my people do.
First of all, we don't kink shame in this chat.
It's just that moment is so like the most impressive piece of animation this entire episode is Wonder Woman smugly being like, haha.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm tied up now, boys.
Damn good at this. I untie myself off screen as well. Hey, credit to the Wonder Twins. They do become something deadly. Jana becomes a hippo, the most deadly animal in the wild.
That's true. And what does Jace turn into?
Ice. And then makes a hockey joke because the NHL there's no rule that a hippo can't play hockey.
Yeah.
There's no rule. Everything works on that. There's no rule that hippo can't play hockey.
Yeah. I'm just saying the Canucks would be doing better if they had a hippo.
Oof, deep cut on the Canucks right there.
Yeah, Capitals fan. I'm from DC.
That's fair. I do throw my hat in with the Rangers.
To touch on that point, we do get the Wonder Twins again, including Gleek.
Gleek does something this episode. He actually does something that moves the plot forward slightly.
Yeah. But basically, at what cost? Yeah, I mean, it becomes a rescue mission for the Wonder Twins, right? Like that's kind of what happens
because
there.
Even the sea people, when they capture them, go, you know what? We're not going to have you fight in our arena because you just look crappy.
Yeah.
So this starts with the Just League go like, okay, we're going to go on this mission. You stay here. Don't do anything. But they end up going out, and then no one likes. Everyone just sees the Wonder Twins and goes, nah. Like even in universe, the Wonder Twins are just the most like no one really cares for them.
If I recall correctly, I think this was like some weird thing happened during like the Bronze Age or maybe a little bit into the Dark Age, where like one of the Wonder Twins got turned into like a serial killer or something. I can't remember. It got really weird at a certain point with that IP.
Was it the Wonder Twins or was it Hawk and Dove where one of them snaps?
Well, I mean the Hawk and Dove thing, like. Yeah, but it wasn't. I remember there was like a thing with the Wonder Twins that got really weird, and I can't remember. It was weird period for DC when they dipped back into that well.
There is something to do with the Wonder Twins. I cannot remember what it was. I did look into it and then kind of glazed
Everything
over.
else is dark and edgy. Got to do the dark
Yeah,
and edgy.
like there was like a period of time when like, Marvel had its like Ultimates thing and then DC was trying to keep up, so they were throwing some dark and edgy stuff, and that's how the Wonder Twins got involved.
Bleak has been found dead in Miami.
I think
Yeah.
he got dismembered. I think that was it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find that comic. The ending of Super Friends of Super Friends. So, because the whole point is that they're emperor of these sea people who looks a bit like Fu Manchu because it was the 60s. They're basically like, oh, we know his way of ruling us was wrong, so we've exiled him. Where to? Who knows? Then they go, it only takes one weak man to weaken an entire society, which, okay, fair enough. But it's like, people who enjoy violent games will end up violently destroying society like ancient Rome. No, that's not how ancient Rome fell. I feel like I have a history degree. That is not. People need to get over this. Rome did not fall that way.
Yeah.
No.
Also, can we just talk about the design of the Sea Devils?
They do look very weird.
It's like the Bakshi Hobbit. It's kind of like how they animated the elves, the wood elves, and that.
It's also weird. One of them has a really long face.
Yeah.
Like the Bakshi wood elves.
Like the Bakshi Wool Elves, yeah. Do you think they traced? Do you think this is a tracing?
Oh, I bet.
Well, no,
this is...
remember, Bakshi Hobbit is like late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, so maybe Bakshi traced.
Yeah, maybe Bakshi saw this random episode of Super Friends in the early 70s. He's like, I'm gonna nick that. I'm gonna nick that.
This is what this is what Elrond looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to bring up, I made a mistake when editing this episode. I did leave in piece for you of the decoders. Because when the Super Friends were together, these were an hour long, and they had these weird puzzles in them where the hero would show you something, you had to work out the answer. I didn't bring this up, but there was one for the last Super Friend short we did where Wonder Woman went to a company picnic and wrapped her arms around two boys and went, "This first word, boys, is a lot like your father's." And the friend I was watching it with, at the top of her lungs, shouted, "Absent!"
That's funny.
I was like, oh, great. They're just so weird, and we're bulking even in the actual Super Friends show, we're bulking these out with any nonsense.
I don't know. Maybe the soul in me that is possessed by someone who died during the Great Depression just felt comforted by this. I liked that little decoder bit. I liked that it got left in. It reminded me of do you ever watch A Christmas Story?
Yes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They drink your Ovaltine. It had such drink your Ovaltine energy.
Sure.
There are PSA in the full hour-long blocks of Super Friends. They're just PSAs every 30 minutes. The Wonder Twins get a segment because they have another power, which is detecting teens in trouble, and the trouble is usually graffiti or littering, or in one of them jumping in front of buses, which is
or warning the youth about the problems of consanguinity.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
I don't know. I just think if I was a kid in the 60s and the Wonder Twins told me not to do something, I would do it out of spite.
Sure.
I wasn't going to graffiti, but now.
If Superman told me to not stand on the train tracks, I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, Superman. Wonder Twins, I'm right there.
Yeah.
It is very funny. Just as a sidebar, the PSA thing has always been very funny to me, especially because I live in New York, obviously, and right now you have Cardi B's voice over these loudspeakers going, "Hey, don't surf on the subway. Ride inside, stay alive." And I didn't recognize it as Cardi B right away because she has her Disney Channel voice on. But I love that. Does make you kind of feel like maybe I should do it. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Why would the government not tell me not to do something if it wasn't fun?
Yeah. If only to spite the monkey, right? If only to spite.
Only to spite
tell Gleek. I will die and Gleek will be the reason.
By the way, I googled something really earlier. The word gleek also refers to if you yawn and then the little bits of spittle that come out of your face. So it's a gleek. It's gleeking.
That does sum up my opinion of Gleek in an action. He makes me yawn and spit.
But it's not accidental. It's just oh.
Yeah, and just
spit on his
it's reflexive, revile of this.
It's like the Uncanny Valley. It's like that. I just see him, and there's a part of my brain that goes, "This should not exist.
This is a thing that should not be."
Yeah. For
Oh, go
whatever
ahead.
reason, I'll take the Wonder Twins and Gleek over Wendy Marvin and Wonder Dog, though.
I've not seen enough of those, so maybe they are worse. Or maybe I just have bizarre Gleek phobia from some incident in my
There
past.
was such a time in the 60s and 70s where it was like boy and girl and animal. Like that's the formula for success.
That was
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera. That was what they did.
Yeah. It's
Boy
Birdman.
and girl and animal.
Birdman's got it. Space Ghost has got it.
That's it.
With a
Herculoids.
monkey. The Herculoids.
Herculoids.
Like,
Jabberjaw.
Hanna-Barbera had one idea and were like, this idea made money. Let's just do it again.
How does Hong Kong Phooey fit into that?
He is the animal. He has a girl because there's the lady in the police lady.
So he is man and dog.
No, I think he's Secret Squirrel.
He's Scatman Crothers, but yeah, I have the Funko Pop in my. It's in my living room under the TV.
I thought you were about to say it's under the floorboards.
Yeah. I keep him under the floorboard like my telltale heart.
The telltale Phooey.
Yeah, I hear him like doing his like #1 super guy like song, and that's what drives me insane. He's like, it's under the floorboard.
Future archaeologists will find it and be like, what the hell?
Man, quick Scatman Crothers fun fact. He's also in Transformers.
Was he in Transformers?
He's Jazz.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's Jazz. You know how it is. But yeah, so Super Friends.
Do we want to transition to the?
Yes, because I need to ask you a question about Batman. Okay, so this Batman episode is 3 plots stapled together. Batman, as a gift, is given a Trojan horse, and then Riddler and Penguin try to steal it, and then have a thing about they're trying to also find out who Batman is.
Yep.
But during that, Riddler breaks into the police radio and leaves a riddle. Could any of you make out what in the world that riddle was?
I couldn't hear it well. What about you, Sam?
No, it's just kind of like it's Riddler in the Filmation late 60s Batman cartoons is just a bizarre person to me.
The way he talks is so incomprehensible, and
it's almost like a different voice, right? Like sentence to sentence, and you're just like, what's going on?
There are some bits of this where I think another voice actor comes in because there's a couple of lines he says that just sound. Penguin has a couple as well that just sound off.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, I listened to that segment 25 times and could only get out of it messy notes and dozzy dotes and little lambs eat ice. Any fool knows a horse eats oats and word stashes his jivey. Jivey isn't that silly, Batman. And the answer is they're in a grain silo, which is not what a grain. That's not a grain elevator. But that's not what a grain elevator looks like. So that's not a riddle. That's just, the only part that matters is a horse eats oats. So we're where the oats are. That's not how. I don't know, and Googling has not helped me.
So the Riddler didn't really do the actual riddle things until later. I don't think. I think the Riddler didn't really get to do a lot of riddling. Some kind of riddling. Well, he did some kind of riddling. But he didn't get to do a lot of that. He was kind of just a Joker clone for a long time.
I mean, he does it in the 60s series, right? He does it in
kinda.
Well, and it's like the riddles he leaves are bananas. Like if we're talking nonsensical riddles, like in the 1966 movie, he leaves a riddle.
A container that holds the future, and it's like an egg, or a sparrow with a machine gun was the answer to one of them.
That's C. C for Catwoman.
C for Catwoman.
At least I can understand what those are. I was like, am I having a stroke?
Yes.
But I do like the little plot that Batman comes up with to keep his identity concealed, was to trade off with Alfred and Robin for so long, and how weirdly jacked Alfred gets to be because of it.
I love that how we have Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same place, and it's mean they're like, well, there's 3 of you in this room.
Yeah. Also, the fact that for that entire sequence, Riddler and Penguin are in the same exact position. For all they're just like he's got his arms it's an odd prolonged sequence. Also, having watched Witness with Harrison Ford, when you unleash a silo of oats or grains on somebody, it kills them.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else I learned from Harrison Ford movies? That you could survive a nuclear blast in a refrigerator.
If it's lead lined.
If it's like,
Yeah, grain silos are deadly. If you sink in one of them, like oh god, I saw it now, but I did see it. I was reading a thing about grain elevators, and yeah, if you start seeing there's a whole procedure to pull someone out because it will suck you in and crush you to death. So
it's like
Batman was just like, I'm just gonna ride this pipe and kill people.
it's like quicksand, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
It compacts as well, so that there's no air, and it's not a nice way to die, and you ruin a lot of oats.
You would ruin a lot of man. Think about how Quakers would have to explain that. You know, you open it up and you find a knuckle bone in there.
Now with added protein,
your overnight oats are ruined.
There's something just weird about this whole there's so many like weird little bits about this episode. Because I love the fact we have the whole Trojan horse reveal, and then Batman hides in it and comes out on like a little helicopter they call a whirly bird. It's like it's the most pathetic way to travel. It looks like doing Mario Kart when you go off and you get the glider. It looks like that.
Yeah,
but it's Batman, so he gets to do stuff like that, and it's so silly. I feel like this felt actually like an episode of the Adam West Batman show. Like, I will say that. Like, there are chunks of this that felt like it could have been in the live action show.
My personal thought, there's 2 months ago for me, is that midway through, Penguin invites Batman to his base. And he's like, I have this computer that will work out who you are, but Batman scrambles it. And then Batman just leaves. Like, Penguin doesn't stop him. He's like, oh, okay. Like, the rules of engagement here that just, okay, my plan's done. Off you go.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You got me this time.
Like, Batman, he's a criminal, but technically he hasn't committed a crime in front of me, so I can't do it. He's like a guard in Skyrim.
Remember, this is the time period when Batman was deputized to the police force. So if he's not actively committing a crime, Batman cannot actively assault him.
Technically, just being a little bit annoying. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Technically, he just is being annoying.
But then they throw a party for Bruce Wayne and Batman is their big plan. So they have like all the Riddler guys on the table, and then Riddler.
The Riddleman.
The Riddleman, which it looks more Mad Hattery to me than it does full on that. But they have this big thing, and they go, aha, we have a surprise for you. They light the candle, and the cake blows up, and there's more Riddleman inside. And it makes me go, what were those Riddlemen doing for the last, 35 minutes? Just choking under this frosting.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's
Those
Riddlemen don't move. So I think they may have actually died.
See, okay, so in the 1966 Batman movie, they dehydrate the henchmen, so maybe they were dehydrated in there. That does come to my favorite Burgess Meredith line as the Penguin when they're getting swept up, and it's like every one of them has a mother, which is fantastic. But yeah, maybe they were dehydrated in the frosting. You don't know.
I thought, you want to see what's coming next, Batman? More guys!
More guys!
You've only got one solution to this, Penguin, and it seems to be just throwing men.
I was surprised how much fisticuffs were in this compared to some of the other cartoons of the time.
Yeah, even Bruce gets to throw a couple of punches.
Yeah, but the Riddlemen aren't real. Like, they're robots or something, right? Like, that's the only reason why we get to punch them.
I don't know. We don't get any confirmation of that.
We get the white Flash. We always get the big white Flash. You know what happens.
You know what happened. We just can't show you.
Yeah. Imagine teeth flying yourself, children. Draw it in your math workbooks.
Yeah, concussions abound.
If Batman punches a henchman at a velocity of 15 miles per hour, how quickly will his incisor reach the other end of a 20-foot room?
To be fair, concussions would explain how this Riddler speaks.
Is he just a CTE?
That's, How many? I mean, that's probably, that and the Mercury is probably what drives Jervis Tetch mad, right?
Oh, yeah. That and fact, he refuses to read another book.
Yeah, and the fact that that girl didn't like him.
Poor Roddy McDowall.
I love the Mad Hatter. He's just he's just weird.
He has my favorite. He has my favorite level in Arkham City.
He has a great level in Arkham City.
It's just like a one-off, and then when you finally wake up, and it's just like, oh, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was. But anyway, yeah, back to
Riddler and his mental pain.
Yes.
My
and Penguin and his fleet of explosive like
flying umbrellas, yeah.
I
That's
do
his.
like the umbrella calling cards. Like that is very silly.
I like the one he has. He puts his Hawkman, who is Birdman effectively, fires one via a dart, but then the other one he just throws it into Bruce's garden. Like when they're doing, I was like, Bruce, just he must be pretty close. Just look over the hedge. He's probably just like, like Penguin. You're right. I don't think Penguin has a long throw.
No, he doesn't look like the kind of dude who can get a good spin on it.
yeah, he's not a Bo Jackson type, but the to
More
be
of a
fair.
Bird Jackson type.
Yeah. Can we talk about how contrived, like you had touched on it earlier, but can we talk about the swapping at said birthday party? Because it's like,
Oh,
wait, what? They check to see if it's a mask. Yeah,
They
it's
just use
that
the mask.
entire.
They knock Bruce out with a gas umbrella, but then so Bruce wakes up and he tackles Batman off this building which is in the park, which they call a pagoda-like structure because it's not a pagoda. But
Heaven forbid we say gazebo.
it's pagoda
Thank you.
light.
I think it's a gazebo.
The
Public-
kids don't know the word gazebo, but they do know the word pagoda.
Oh yeah, this is the start of that D&D story where I attack the gazebo. But from like Riddler and Penguin's perspective, you got to think why would Bruce Wayne tackle Batman off the pagoda? Like, but then it turns out it doesn't matter anyway because his whole birthday party is just so they can go steal the Trojan horse because they want a Trojan horse.
A literal Trojan horse, might I add.
A literal golden gem encrusted Trojan horse, which feels like this episode had a thing of like, oh, we've got to get so much educational content in, so
Yeah.
Batman will spend 2 minutes explaining the vague concept of the Trojan horse, so then he can punch people.
We did get some fun with Commissioner Gordon, though. I do think Commissioner Gordon got the best lines in the whole episode.
Commissioner Gordon got my favourite line in this entire thing when I can't remember what exactly the situation, but he goes, if it happens, I'll lose my reputation, my job, my pension.
Pension!
He's like, what kids really care about retirement planning.
Like, what an excellent joke, though. Like, what a genuinely excellent joke.
He says it with such passion. For a brief moment, that voice actor was like, "This, I'm going to show what I can do. This is going on the tape straight to the Royal Shakespeare Company in the morning.
I have bills to pay, god damn it.
Hire me as Hamlet."
Yeah.
Hamlet's pension. How do you think that worked out? But we are coming close to the end. So are there any thoughts before final thoughts?
Thoughts before final about Batman and Batman's birthday caper specifically.
Batman and Batman's birthday caper.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to say. I agree.
It's odd. I mean, like all the other Super Friends episodes we've been watching. Yeah, I mean that's I'll get into final thoughts in a second.
Yeah, there's. It's such a weird combination. This is one of the ones where I would love to get see the writer's room and like how did thought A go to thought B go to thought C? Like I would love to see the story cards for this, or if there were story cards and it was just a bag of Scrabble letters they threw at the wall. I would also again, if anyone watches this and you can work out what the Riddler is saying, please write. I spent ages. I was in Audacity changing the levels. It's just nonsense.
Put it in the comments. Sorry, Kobe wants to know your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I mean, it's very much still a tour of the DC universe as it existed in the late 60s and early 70s for all its oddities. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird, man. It's, you have to sit through like 5 minutes of bumpers and then you get the weirdest, strangest low budget adventure ever.
It's amazing how these bumpers really affect how this show, because the Batman show on its own it's fine, it's pretty enjoyable, but it's the fact they built it up and you just get this kind of weird nonsense. The Super Friends episode is just it's again, this was before Dragon Ball Z. It's what is going on? For me, I love the Super Friends episode because it was a great chance to see that weird period where DC were like, Aquaman, He's our big guy. Not Batman. Forget Superman. He's a scrub. The kids want Aquaman. But even when trying to put Aquaman over, they just make him seem pathetic. Like they're trying. They're like desperately like rubbing him on the camera. Look, you like this character. He gets beaten by weird aliens all the time and can sometimes ask a whale to help him. It's like, okay, I want to see Batman again though. Batman has a gun.
Yeah.
Batman has a gun. Batman shouldn't have a gun. He had one in the 30s. But yeah, no, it's weird. It's freaking weird. Like I can't say anything other than the fact that it's weird. I'm enjoying it because it's weird, but also you can kind of see the effect that the prodigious use of psychedelics had in the 1960s and 70s. Like there's such an energy to this that is like, if I play Dark Side of the Moon backwards while I drop LSD and watch this show on mute, like I think it would sync up. You know what I mean? We do not recommend that you do this, by the way. But
we won't stop you either.
We won't stop you either.
We're not Aquaman. We can't stop you.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, we can't command the fish to take your drugs away, but what we can do is pull into our final destination. That is right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.